Am I the a-hole for giving my pregnant girlfriend an ultimatum? My girlfriend Jen and I have been together for 4 years. Back in April, 2 great things happened. 1, we found out Jen is pregnant, and 2, I closed on a house for us to move into. Our family and friends know about the pregnancy, including Jen's best childhood friend, Amanda. I will admit, I never liked the dynamic between Amanda and Jen, but it did not really affect our relationship since Amanda lived across the country. After finding out about the pregnancy, Amanda decided to move back home. In parentheses, we live in Jen and Amanda's hometown. Amanda has been back since late May and all hell has broke loose. Jen has always felt a little self-conscious in our relationship. I work construction and do personal training. She feels intimidated by small girls, but I have no idea why. She is a sexy as fuck woman with amazing curves. Okay, I see. So like she doesn't like him personal training women, I think is what he's getting at. Amanda has done nothing but played into Jen's insecurities and anxieties since being back. Jen and I have never been the tracking location couple or looking through phones couple. We always considered that a red flag in a relationship. Amanda has convinced Jen that she needs to start doing that. So she has been looking through my phone on a regular and finding nothing. I have communicated my hurt and frustration and that I think she needs to distance herself from Amanda. She kept rebuffing my concerns. About 2 weeks ago, Jen again asked to look through my phone. I told her in no uncertain terms that this will be the last time she looks through my phone. If she again sees nothing suspicious, then she needs to agree to go to counseling and distance herself from Amanda. She agreed, looked through my phone, and found nothing suspicious, but she soon reneged on her promise to do counseling and distancing herself from Amanda. Not a huge fan of an ultimatum, but I feel like this is fair. Like, this is so fair of like, hey, I am constantly proving to you that there is no crazy shit happening, and you are being played by your best friend into thinking that I'm doing something. If I prove to you again, you have to stop seeing that friend and go to counseling for yourself. Like, to me, that seems very reasonable. And the fact that she agreed to it and then reneged on it is a red flag. I decided to move out. We're currently on a month-to-month lease in an apartment until renovations get done on the house I bought. I'm staying with a friend until the house is ready, and then I will move in alone. Jen has asked me to reconsider. I refuse. She will likely need to move in with her mother, which is not ideal given the limited space, which I feel terrible about for my child. And here's a couple edits, just like some clarifications, I think. 1, I am fully aware that Jen has raging hormones. Trust me, I was dealing with a lot more than just her insistence on searching my phone constantly. 2, I have been doing individual counseling for 6 years. I want to do couples counseling and Jen to do individual counseling. 3, I left because Jen lied to me. Don't get me wrong, I think he should be keeping in consideration that Jen is pregnant. That being said, it's an explanation, not an excuse. It's not an excuse to basically be accusing your partner, because that's what's really happening here. She's accusing her partner of cheating on her, and he is constantly proving to her that that is not the case, and she is still doing it. To me, that's not okay. In a healthy relationship, you should not be accused of cheating when there's no explanation or proof constantly. That's not a sign of a healthy relationship. Don't get me wrong, the hormones are probably not helping, but like at a certain point, it's like you aren't required to put up with that. That's just like not something that you should ever have to just like, oh, suck it up, bro. Your girlfriend is accusing you of cheating on her and she's giving in to her best friend's manipulation, and that has resulted in her questioning your relationship. You gotta just put up with that. I don't think there's ever a good excuse for that. Maybe the only thing that I would say is he should wait until she has the baby, wait until they've kind of settled into like taking care of a child, even if they're separated, and then revisit the conversation. And if she still has the same reaction, I would say just break it off. Like, it sucks and I feel bad for the kid, but like if the hormones aren't the thing that's like allowing her to give in to her best friend manipulating her into thinking that OP is cheating and that she needs to check his phone and do all these unhealthy relationship things, like if it's not just the hormones and she's not able to snap to it, it's like, why would you put up with that? It doesn't make sense to put up with something like that. They need the threat of losing what they have to truly understand how much they actually value it. I agree with that. Like, it might be a good wake-up call for her. I need to know what kind of dynamic they had that OP didn't like. I mean, I think he explained it. Like, the dynamic is just Amanda always being like the devil on her shoulder. Oh, hey, you have a healthy relationship? Oh, but you remember how part of his job is to personal train other girls, and like, maybe you should be checking his phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the dynamic that he's talking about. There's an update on this one? There is, chat. There is an update. Oh my God. Thank you for pointing that out, chat. Amanda is clearly manipulative, but girlfriend isn't blameless. I just want to clarify. I do think the hormones are playing into this. Do I think OP should just stomach that? Like, just because of the hormones? No, but I think he should take it into consideration. Like I was saying, I think it's worth it to see what she is like after the baby is out. I know in one of my videos, I was talking about how breaks are stupid, but like, if there's any time where I will condone a break, I feel like this one makes the most sense. Or at least like a separation where like they're still together, but they just need to like reconvene at a later time. This is the only time I'll maybe accept it. I mean, listen, Kim Vamp, we can make up hypotheticals all we want about, oh, maybe he did something and didn't save. Like, we can make those hypotheticals, but I think with the proof and the facts that we have, she went to his phone multiple times, and every single time he had nothing suspicious, no messages to other girls or anything like that. Operating under that, we have to assume he's not doing any fuck shit. We can make up scenarios all we want about this stuff. I'm just trying to operate under the information that we have given and the vibes that we have given. And the vibes are OP's girlfriend is easily persuaded by her friend who's manipulating her into giving into insecurities that she didn't give into prior. Pregnancy brain is always leading people to do the craziest shit. Absolutely, Lululemon. There's stuff during pregnancy brain that I think you should just kind of like stomach and be like, this is pregnancy brain. I don't think this is one of them. Like, I don't think anybody ever wants to be accused of cheating on someone when they've proven time and time again that they haven't. Y'all know I'm very pro, like, hey, I'm feeling a little insecure. Do you mind if I go through your phone? Yes, absolutely. Once every here and there, maybe someone's just having a bad month or they're having pregnancy brain. But if it was like every single week, I'd be like, listen, bro, you gotta fucking figure it out. Update. Jen and I met up earlier this week to discuss our relationship after she had sent some text messages. She apologized for how she behaved towards me. She particularly apologized for how she behaved when I moved out of the apartment. Here is a comment describing that. Okay, this is like a whole ass thread. Oh my God, this is a comment calling him the a-hole. Hold on, wait, we gotta read this whole fucking thing because what do you mean, bro? Commenter said, you're the a-hole. Is this post even for real? You have a child on the way, your girlfriend's hormones, anxiety, and insecurities are raging, and you've given her an ultimatum, then disappeared off leaving her alone and potentially having to move in with her mom. You say you've closed on a house, not a family home. You've closed on a house that you may or may not let her live in depending on her behavior. I just feel sorry for this child, to be honest. At a certain point, we have to draw the line at like where hormones and the behavior that comes from them having that hormones can be accepted. And to me, this crosses a line. Personally, maybe I'm wrong for that, but like all I'm thinking of, and I know this is way more violent, but there was a story about a woman who was pregnant throwing a coffee glass at her husband and it hit his head and made him bleed. And like by this commenter's logic, are we supposed to just be like, oh, she's pregnant, she's got hormones, that's okay, you gotta put up with that? Like, no. And I guess that's a more extreme situation. I understand that, but like, where are we gonna draw the line? As much as like, yes, the hormones aren't helping, it's very unhealthy to constantly accuse your partner, girl or guy, by the way, of cheating on them in your relationship, especially when you've constantly proven that you're not cheating and you're not giving them a good reason to think you're cheating. The only reason is you're listening to your manipulative best friend. I don't know, to me, that doesn't sound like that's something you should put up with. We have another comment here that says, cannot believe this comment is so far down. OP is the a-hole for abandoning his pregnant girlfriend and child. Statistically, men cheat more while women are pregnant. And on top of that, pregnancy hormones take over emotions, rational thought, physical changes. It's a trip. Counseling is a good idea, and medication might be too. Oh, crazy how bro recommended that, and she lied to him that she actually would. This is so stupid. Like, yes, I don't disagree with this, but it's not like he's done anything to make her believe that he did cheat. If he does, all power to you, sis. But until we have that evidence, it's ridiculous. Like, what? Are you just saying that every pregnant woman should just automatically assume that their husband is cheating on them? Would also not hurt to have a mature, supportive partner instead of a tantrum-throwing, moves out of the house, abandoning jerk. The only person I see throwing a tantrum is the girlfriend. And it's not mature and supportive to accuse your partner of cheating all the time. Like, okay, I totally agree with you, bro, but like, let's match energies here. Does OP not realize there will be an actual baby now? So he has to stop acting like one. What happens when single dad OP has to deal with projectile poop from an infant? Will he leave the country? Every time I read posts like this, I thank whatever gods exist that I ended up with a partner that is so ride or die for me and our child. There would literally be no problem he wouldn't insist we work through to get to a solution. Whatever. Abandoning your pregnant girlfriend and child is some weak ass nonsense. Be a grown up, work through difficulties. Hate to break it to you, OP, but shit's not gonna get easier when you add a baby to your life, but it's better with a partner. This last part, listen, I'm jumping to fucking conclusions here, but this gives somebody who expects you to stay with somebody no matter what, even if they cheat, even if they do the most diabolical shit. Oh, you just work on it, because that's what it means to be a partner. You know what? We're going to throw the downvote on these because these are so fucking stupid. Here's the good stuff. In response to the statistically men cheat more while women are pregnant, OP said, this would be like me accusing Jen of racism based on nothing more than the fact that I am black and she is white. And she refuses counseling. Couples and individuals. Boom, dick on the table. In response to, would also not hurt to have a mature, supportive partner instead of a tantrum throwing, moves out of the house, abandoning jerk. OP replied, have no idea where you got that. I threw a tantrum. I told her I was moving out and calmly moved out. She followed me crying, at one point grabbing my arm and yelling in my ear that I am not moving, and ended the night by trying to block the doorway to the apartment to prevent me from driving off. Yeah, like I said, if anybody's throwing a tantrum here, it's the girlfriend. In response to the, does OP not realize there will be an actual baby now? OP's response, what happens is I deal with it. I'm the oldest of 4 and had 2 drug addict parents. Of the 2 of us, I have far more experience taking care of babies. And then in response to, hate to break it to OP, but shit's not gonna get easier when you add a baby to your life, but it's better with a partner. OP said, I wish I felt like I had a partner right now. I do not. I was getting yelled at, screamed at, accused of cheating, every which way because I do not want to have sex with this person who is treating me like shit, etc. In fact, our conversations since I moved out have drastically improved in quality. Okay, I totally forgot what the point of this comment was. Okay, so the context was how she behaved when she moved out, and it sounds like the girlfriend apologized for it. Okay, big dubs. That's a good move. She said she will definitely stop searching my phone if I move back in. She also said she was ready to get engaged. In parentheses, she historically had been the holdup in us getting engaged or married, as I talk about here. The context here that we're getting is a commenter said, no ring, no house, you like the control, but you aren't the provider / protector. OP replied, LOL, I am not the holdup on the ring. She is. She wants a very particular type of wedding, one that we cannot afford right now. It is her desire for a particular wedding that is the holdup. I was willing to go down to the courthouse 2 years ago, but I will take poor assumptions for 1,000, Alex. And again, I pay for 100% of the baby cost. How is that not being a provider? Interesting. Someone said that's a bigger red flag to me. Sounds a bit like she always gets her way. Get into seeing a counselor to get to the bottom of her way or no way. That's actually such a fucking good point. Holy shit. That commenter may be cooking, chat. Recap real quick. She apologized and now she's ready to get engaged. Which also, don't get me wrong, the apology is good, but like that's not the problem here. The solution where OP forgives the girlfriend and moves back in isn't, oh, we're gonna get engaged now. It's, you're gonna drop your friend who is ruining our relationship and you're going to individual counseling and we're going to couples counseling. That's the solution. I really hope that's the only one he settles with. I asked why she had started searching my phone in the first place. She said she really did not know. Jen said she has seen me get hit on before by girls in my personal training work and shut the women down even before we were dating. She trusted that I would do that generally, but she is feeling self-conscious about her body and thinks maybe I would be tempted to not do that now. Apparently, Amanda's ex was a guy who got hit on by girls and would shut them down in front of her, but was secretly cheating with some of them. But I said if you saw me rejecting these women before we were even dating, why would that change now? Why would I risk my license? She said she did not have an answer. I told her that is why she needs counseling to explore that. I mean, also there's just the fact that like OP is not Amanda's ex. Like, I think that's an important thing to point out too, is like, you can't just blanket it. If you're going to be in a relationship with someone, you are committing to trusting them until they break that trust. And it doesn't sound like OP has done anything to break the girlfriend's trust. And she's basically saying, oh, well, Amanda's ex did it, so I'm just assuming that you're going to do it, which I think is wrong. I asked if in the 6 or so weeks of searching my phone at least every other day, if she saw anything from me to any other woman that even hinted at romantic interest. She said no at first, then laughed, and commented that I did send a heart emoji to a group chat with Jen to a picture of her mom in a dress that she just bought. I think this is just her being silly and being like, haha, this is the only, but like as a joke, but like, I don't know, maybe I just have an extreme bias against Jen right now. That's probably it. I actually think this is harmless. My brain is like, but she admitted she has no suspicion whatsoever that I'm trying to get with her mom. She said that she is not ready for counseling and is not ready to give up on Amanda, but she is going to move in with her mom in the next few weeks. I let her know that I cannot move back in with her until at least counseling is being started. She understood. I'm going to let the landlord know that we are terminating the lease at the end of September. She is sad we are not living together, but understood where I'm coming from. Y'all, this comment is just getting to me, bro. This comment is just so prevalent in what we just read of like, sounds like she always gets her way. Like OP has clearly voiced a concern in their relationship and she still is like, no, I will not give in to what you want. It's all about what I want. If she's not willing to try counseling at this point, then she is not invested in the relationship at all. That is such a good point, Silence and Lightning. This is just such a fucking red flag to me, bro. She gave me a hug and a kiss, and that was the end of the conversation. She later sent me a text asking if I was okay with her still watching my videos. I had made some videos some months back for her viewing pleasure. I said, sure. That was at least respectful. Her mom later texted and told me they had a long heart-to-heart about Jen and I's relationship. I mean, I hope part of that heart-to-heart was like, hey, bro, Amanda fucking sucks and you need to nut up and go to counseling. Like, I don't get it. Like, how are you not ready for counseling? Your relationship is borderline falling apart and you're not ready to do something that's going to help it not fall apart? Yeah, I don't know. I will be the first to admit, maybe I'm just like really, really mad at OP's girlfriend and I'm like just not fucking with her at all, but I don't know. I'm getting bad vibes all around. Like, honestly, y'all, this is just a gut feeling. I have no evidence. Something about this feels manipulative. It just feels the ittiest bittiest bit of manipulating. Sarby totes missed that extra nugget about the phone check on the last comment chain. Oh, wait. Oh my God, you're totally right. I did miss that. OP left a comment that says, Jenna straight up told me if I ever searched through her phone on the third time, she would likely leave me. It may not be a big deal to you, but it is in our relationship. And to even think I would risk harming her or our kid is truly insane. If she thinks I am that sort of monster, she should not be with me, period. Holy fuck. That's crazy. Honestly, I am just getting such bad vibes from Jen. Such terribly bad vibes. And like this whole reaction feels to me like, oh, if I apologize and tell him that I'm finally done waiting to be engaged, that'll be enough that he'll just forgive me and let me keep doing my shit. That's what this feels like to me, bro. Like for her to come in and be like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna keep hanging out with the woman who's influencing me to make our relationship worse, and I'm not gonna do something that will actively help improve our relationship, aka counseling. I'm not saying I'm always right, but what I am saying is I feel like I've done this enough to have intuition and know when there's some fucking bullshit, and oh my God, is there something stanking right now. Whatever OP decides, OP does, but like, may this relationship never fucking find me. Never.